When the facts bend reality, this is beyond plausible.
In Russia, in the southwestern part of the world's largest country, snow covers peaks higher than 5,000 meters. The most tranquil and remote land on Earth is home to rare animals and peculiar insects. And this is the Caucasus, the world's last mountain frontier. This majestic mountain range stretches along the border between Europe and Asia.
Situated between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, the Caucasus extends over 1,000 kilometers from west to east.
S territory, including the country. The rugged northern part of the Caucasus belongs to Russia. Its highest peak is Elbrus, standing at 5,642 meters. If defining the European part of the Caucasus, Mount Elbrus is the roof of the continent, 800 meters higher than Mont Blanc. Beneath the snow-covered slopes lies the domain of the Caucasian terror.
They live on steep mountain ledges at altitudes from 800 to 4,200 meters.
The males graze on the mountain slopes. They live in separate groups, completely isolated from females and young. A large adult weighs over 100 kilograms and has defensive horns up to 75 centimeters long. By late autumn, they begin to compete for strength with each other. The mating season is about to begin, and only the strongest and highest-ranking males have the right to mate. The overlapping peaks, vast forests, and isolated high valleys have made the Caucasus one of the 25 most biodiverse regions on Earth. The biodiversity here is largely due to the richness of habitats. The region hosts over 6,500 plant species, a quarter of which are found only here. This mother and fawn red deer are leisurely grazing. Typically, a doe cares for only one fawn. The white spots on their bodies provide perfect camouflage. Although the lynx's cry startles the fawn, the predator will not attack when its mother is nearby. As a solitary predator, the lynx hunts only young or weak deer. However, this female lynx is not hunting but returning to her cubs. The two lynx cubs are too young and rely solely on their mother's milk. At around 8 weeks old, the two lynx cubs begin to test their strength. These harmless struggles help them train necessary skills for the future. Since only the female lynx cares for the cubs, she is busy with this task all day. The fights make the cubs very hungry, and they nuzzle their mother to nurse. Caucasus National Park is home to a very special animal, the Highland bison. This old bull weighs nearly a ton. Bulls usually live solitary lives. This was the former homeland of the Caucasian bison before the last one was killed in 1927. Only through reintroduction and returning this animal to the wild can their numbers be restored to former levels. However, their population remains unstable and often threatened by poaching. The mountain steppes are characteristic of the region, with familiar flowers like daffodils, buttercups, and rhododendrons. The Caucasus is also the homeland of bears. A Syrian brown bear with light-colored fur and a relatively small body size distinguishes it from other brown bears. In summer, this animal prefers to roam the meadows. Their territory can span over 1,000 square kilometers. Previously, their range extended from the Caucasus to the Middle East. But today, the Syrian brown bear is increasingly rare, and the Caucasus is their last refuge. A herd of female and young tur is approaching the very dangerous bear. However, in this open area, the herd quickly spots the predator and will run very fast before real trouble arises. In summer, female tur gather in large herds on the plateaus to seek the best pastures. Besides grass, tur also need other minerals. Thus, they need to lick salt. When autumn comes, they gather on snow-free slopes to graze on the last remaining dry grasses. The Caucasus boasts stunning landscapes with over a dozen peaks higher than the highest in the Alps. Towering above all mountains in the range is the twin-peaked Elbrus, also called the King of Spirits Peak or the Throne of the Gods. Below is the domain of the Caucasian tur. These relatives of goats have excellent adaptations to high-altitude life, with larger lungs than their lowland counterparts. Today, the Caucasian tur is threatened by serious poaching, forcing the remaining individuals to retreat to more remote areas. The Western Caucasus Mountains are one of the wettest regions in Europe, with rainfall up to 4,000 millimeters. Large clouds gather towards the southwestern mountain forests and collide with the mountain peaks. To overcome this obstacle, the clouds must release moisture in the form of rain to become lighter and thinner. Only a small portion of the rainfall reaches the other side of the mountain range, clearly reflected in the northeastern forest landscape. The strangely shaped rock formations recall scenes from Western movies. The vast sky is the domain of vultures. On the rock crevices halfway up the sky is the nest of a bearded vulture. The female rarely leaves her only chick, so the male takes on the task of feeding the entire family. An adult vulture needs 5 kilograms of rotten meat in one meal, so the male is very busy searching for food. Meanwhile, the female spreads her wings to protect the chick from the scorching sun. The Levantine viper, although a venomous snake that typically hunts birds, even small mammals and reptiles. But the vulture chick has no need to fear, as the mother is always vigilant. Dagestan, a republic of the Russian Federation at the foot of the Caucasus, is a vast livestock grazing land. With many large herds, they move through valleys and plateaus as their ancestors did for thousands of years. Their goal is the high summer pastures where food remains, while the lower regions have dried up. On the journey, the herds pass through a clay city. A bee-eater bird nests on the cliff surface. This magnificent bird has just returned from Africa and is performing courtship rituals. When the male catches a bee, it beats the prey against a branch until the bee loses its venom. It is an engagement gift for the future mate. Bee-eaters choose mates each spring and raise their young together. Only when the female accepts the gift is the male allowed to approach. Even before mating, the pair begins building their nest together on the cliff. Like a miniature Sahara, the giant Sarikam sand dune rises in eastern Dagestan with a height of over 260 meters. This is a unique habitat with its own inhabitants. The long-eared hedgehog, a nocturnal animal, takes advantage of the cool morning air to forage. Its 4 centimeters long ears not only provide sharp hearing but also regulate body temperature. Thanks to its long legs, the hedgehog moves quickly and can travel up to 8 kilometers in one foraging trip. Their main food is insects. As desert survival specialists, long-eared hedgehogs can live for weeks without water, but only a few days without food. In the morning when temperatures rise, it retreats to a burrow nearly 1 meter underground. For a long time, the giant sand dune has fascinated local people. Sarikam means yellow sand in Tatar. The toad agama is a master of camouflage living in deserts from the Sahara to Tibet. While other species forage, it hides itself using belly dance movements for camouflage. From the Dagestan plains, we return to the Caucasus Mountains.
Of the over 2,000 glaciers covering the Caucasus Range, most are concentrated in the western and central parts.
Due to global warming, the glaciers here are gradually shrinking. But there are still other giant glaciers. The largest glacier is located in the Kalinovskaya Nature Reserve. This glacier originates from the Caucasus Mountains and extends 13 kilometers down the valley. In the lower regions, male deer are growing antlers. But the antlers are not fully developed and are still covered with soft velvet. The fawn is growing but rarely strays far from its mother. The small deer herd is being watched by a bear. Bears rarely hunt adult male deer,
because female deer fiercely protect their young with powerful kicks on their legs.
And they quickly detect the scent of enemies with their keen sense of smell. Therefore, the brown bear must content itself with vegetarian food, which makes up the majority of their diet. Seeing a Caucasian bison is truly magnificent. But filming this entire herd of migrating animals is truly a fascinating experience. A unique piece of footage. Caucasian bison gather in herds of up to 80 and travel over 40 kilometers each day. After reintroduction in the 1930s, 50 years later the number of Caucasian bison in the wild increased to 1,500. Nowhere else in the world has as many wild Caucasian bison as here. This species is perfectly adapted to life here. A majestic bull is preparing for a dust bath. The return of this mountain bison is a story full of ups and downs. After rapid population growth, rapid poaching caused numbers to decline significantly. At that time, only about 200 mountain bison survived. Today, 440 mountain bison live on the northwestern Caucasus Plateau. Rapid weather changes, heavy rain, and sudden winter weather phenomena are characteristic of this region.
In the highlands, there is even snow in the middle of summer.
A thick snow cover of 7 meters is not uncommon. The Caucasus is one of the snowiest regions in the world. And the harsh weather also makes it one of the most dangerous areas. Avalanches frequently occur throughout the year and tend to increase in late winter. Far from the snow-capped mountains of the Caucasus Plateau, the climate becomes milder under the desert dunes of Dagestan. A desert tortoise is enjoying the warm sunshine. This primitive animal is
enjoying the flowering season on the plateau in its own way.
As soon as winter ends, from mid-February to early May, the males begin to display their attraction. One successful mating is enough for several clutches of eggs. The Caspian Depression in the northern Caucasus is Russia's lowest land. It lies nearly 30 meters below sea level. This Mongolian steppe is home to an animal from another world. The only clue is the strange skull along the way. It's the Saiga antelope. Their most prominent feature is the peculiar nose used to warm air in winter. Once, 1 million Saiga antelopes lived on the Central Asian steppes. Today,
this species is on the brink of extinction.
Males are the primary target of poachers for their horns. Because Asians believe their horns can be used as medicine for erectile dysfunction. Currently, the Saiga antelope is protected in Russia and hunting is strictly prohibited. Whether their numbers will recover remains unclear. A sandstorm is approaching. It's time to find shelter. The gecko burrows back under the sand. Spring in the Caspian Depression has turned this steppe into a sea of flowers. And the long-eared fox continues its hunt. Under the sun, the gecko still appears relaxed. Nearby, a pair of cranes leisurely forage. This graceful pair is the smallest species in the crane family.
They come from the Dagestan grasslands to lay eggs and raise their young.
Typically, each clutch has only 2 eggs. In the warm air over 30 degrees Celsius, the two crane chicks try to shelter under their parents' shade. By late summer, they begin migrating south, traveling thousands of kilometers to Sudan to avoid the 3-month winter. This is the Caspian Sea, the world's largest inland sea. A scene that looks like it's from another planet. Near the Caspian Sea, there are about 300 mud volcanoes.
Mud volcanoes are usually located along faults in the Earth's crust. The western shore of the Caspian Sea is one of the most stable areas.
This is home to a primitive animal species, the sturgeon. They are famous as a source of caviar. Today, these living fossils are threatened. In the late 1970s, the Caspian Sea provided 10,000 tons of sturgeon per year. However, current production has dropped to a few thousand tons and continues to decrease annually. Sturgeon can live up to 150 years. They are deep water-dwelling species. But the future of this special fish is very precarious. The Caspian Sea reed bed area is also home to another rare animal. They are very shy and rarely captured on film.
That is the jungle cat species.
Due to their habitat and black ear tufts, they are also called swamp lynxes. In fact, they are more closely related to wild cats than the lynxes.
A flock of magpies flapping their wings blends into the Caucasian sky backdrop.
Meanwhile, winter has returned to the highlands. This is also the mating season for mountain goats. This skilled climbing animal lives in rugged mountain areas. This is the extremely rugged habitat of these wild goats. In late November, the mating period, males seek out females and young to form herds of several dozen individuals. The male leads the female to the mating area. To determine if the female is ready, the male relies on his sense of smell. However, not all have the opportunity.
A large, strong male has been observing the ritual for a long time and begins to join the herd.
This is the highest-ranking male. Mating with most females is his exclusive privilege. After a 5-month pregnancy, the young will be born the following spring. The snow-covered peaks of the Caucasus are one of the last pristine natural areas in the world. Few mountain ranges on Earth have such diverse animal species. That is Russia's majestic mountain range stretching across the Eurasian border.
Curious? Subscribe and step through the next anomaly.